Prepare your tools and make yourself familiar with all parts of your tap. Open the box containing your tap. Take the boiler and chiller units out of their packaging and keep the box with the filter close to hand. The Fizz digital model requires 3 plug sockets, and you will need the following tools: flathead and Phillips screwdrivers, 2 adjustable spanners, and an electric screwdriver. Start by removing the rubber washer B, metal washer C, and fixing nut D from the base of the tap. Place the tap on the flat surface. Ensure all the hoses are securely tightened by turning them clockwise. Then feed all the flexible hoses and the electronic signal connector E1 through the tap hole in your sink. Put the rubber washer B and metal washer C back onto the tap by feeding the hoses and electronic signal connector E1 through them. Slide the washers up to the top of the threaded base of the tap. Then secure the tap to the worktop by attaching the fixing nut D. Tighten it by hand onto the threaded base. Check the tap alignment, then hand tighten the fixing nut further if needed. Finally, use a Phillips screwdriver to tighten the 2 fixing screws. Now, connect the metal T-piece 9 to your mains cold water supply and tighten it with an adjustable spanner. Then, connect the cold water inlet hose 1 to one side of the T-piece and tighten it with an adjustable spanner. After, connect the hot water inlet hose 2 to your mains hot water supply and tighten it with an adjustable spanner. Remove the filter from its packaging. Undo the filter housing and insert the filter cartridge into place. Ensure the rubber ring is correctly positioned before tightening the housing lid back onto the body. Take the filter head, which is attached to the wall bracket, and install it in a suitable location under your sink by securing the bracket with screws. Ensure there is enough clearance to connect the filter. Then, connect the filter to the head. Connect hose 5 to the metal T-piece on the cold mains and tighten it with an adjustable spanner. Insert the other end of the hose 5 into the filter's inlet. Use the locking clip to secure the hose. Take piece of 1/4 inch plastic tubing 11 and insert one end into the filter housing outlet. Use the locking clip to secure the pipe. First, remove the blue clip from the plastic 3-way connector 10 and then connect the other end of the plastic tubing 11 to one side of the plastic 3-way connector. Reattach the clip to lock it. Remove the remaining blue clips from the 3-way connector. Take 2 more pieces of 1/4 inch plastic tubing 11 and connect them to the remaining outlets on the 3-way connector. Secure the connections again using the blue clips. Now, place your chiller in position inside the cupboard. Remove the plug from the water inlet by pressing the grey ring and pulling the plug out. After, connect one tube to the water inlet of the chiller and secure it with a locking clip. Remove all blue locking clips from the Junction Box 7 device. Then connect the other end of the tube to the boiling inlet of Junction Box 7, following the water flow arrows marked on the back. Secure the tube in place with the blue locking clip. Take another 2 pieces of 1/4 inch plastic tubing 11. Use one to make a connection between cold water outlet on chiller to chilled water inlet on Junction Box 7. Then use the second piece to make a connection between sparkling water outlet on chiller to sparkling inlet on Junction Box 7. Remove the plug from the back of the chiller first and then use a locking clip to secure the pipe in the Junction Box 11. Now remove the locking clip from the plastic 2-way divider 12. Then connect hose 3 coming from the tap to the single inlet of the plastic 2-way divider 12 and secure it with the locking clip. Next, connect the other 2 outlets of the plastic 2-way divider 12. to the chilled and sparkling outlets on the junction box 7. Reinsert the locking clips once the pipes are connected. Connect hose 6 to the boiling outlet of the junction box and secure it. Mount the junction box using the provided screws. Remove the blue and red caps from the boiler. Connect the other end of hose 6 to the boiler inlet marked blue. Hand tighten, then use a spanner for a half turn. Do not over tighten. Next, remove the rubber washer from hose 4. Insert the rubber into the hose 4 and connect it into the boiler outlet, marked red. Again, hand tighten and finish with a half turn using a spanner. Do not over tighten. Attach the regulator to your CO₂ bottle, ensuring the regulator is off before fitting. A hissing sound is normal. Continue tightening to stop it. Connect a 1/4 inch plastic tube to the CO₂ regulator and secure with a locking clip. Insert the other end into the CO₂ inlet on the chiller, removing the plug first, then securing with a clip. Please note that regulator designs may vary. Connect the electronic signal cables, E1 from the tap and E2 from the junction box. Plug in the power cables for the junction box. Chiller and boiler, but do not switch on yet. Now, turn on slowly your mains hot and cold water supplies. Check all fittings for leaks. After, switch on the power to the junction box only. The tap's digital touchpad should briefly light up, then return to a locked state with only the padlock symbol illuminated. To activate the digital touchpad, touch the lock button until the other functions illuminate. Touch boiling water function red until water starts to come out from the tap. You will need to wait for the boiler to fill before any water comes out from the tap. Repeat the process for the chilled and sparkling functions by touching the blue and green buttons. Once the boiler and chiller tanks have been filled, turn the power on for the chiller and boiler. You will also need to press the power buttons on the displays to turn them on and set to the required temperatures. Wait until the chiller has fully cooled to its set temperature. Once chilled, turn on the CO₂ and set it to 3.5 bar of pressure. Your Fizz digital tap installation is now complete. Most water options are ready to use immediately. However, sparkling water will require 6 to 8 hours to fully carbonate during the initial setup. Please leave the system undisturbed during this time for best results.